Anyway, let's watch Scott Jennings smoke one of the dumbest human beings on earth, Jasmine Crockett. Let's go.
House overwhelmingly passed a resolution on Friday to honor the life and legacy of Charlie Kirk after that assassination last week. The measure passed by 310 to 58. Democrats were heavily split on the issue. The resolution condemns his death and political violence and hails the conservative activist as a courageous American patriot. I want to discuss with CNN senior political commentator Scott Jennings and CNN chief political analyst David Axelrod. Hello to you both. Thank you so much for being here. I wanted to start on that resolution because to me it is kind of a window into the way that politicians in both parties are grappling with this moment that we're in, not just leading into the memorial, but the moment after the horrible assassination of Charlie Kirk. Markwayne Mullin was on State of the Union this morning. He is a huge ally of President Trump. He was a friend of Charlie Kirk's. He's going to the funeral today. He brought up with me how upset he was that Democrats voted against that resolution. Afterwards, I spoke to Jasmine Crockett, Democrat of Texas. She was one of the 58 to vote no. Listen to what he said and her reason after that.
The same resolution that had Charlie Kirk's name on, you had 58 representatives vote no, 38 voted present, 22 chose not to vote. That is silent. So you had 118 individuals that didn't condemn it because
Senator,
why?
Get to that,
because of hypocrisy over both sides.
When I saw the no votes, there were only 2 Caucasians. For the most part, the only people that voted no were people of color, because the rhetoric that Charlie Kirk continuously put out there was rhetoric that specifically targeted people of color. And so it is unfortunate that even our colleagues could not see how harmful his rhetoric was, specifically to us.
Scott Jennings?
Well, she's lying. I mean, Charlie Kirk targeted nobody. He was not racist in any way. I've listened to hours and hours and hours and hours of Charlie Kirk debates and talks, and have been with Charlie Kirk and did events with Charlie Kirk and knew Charlie Kirk. There wasn't a racist bone in his body. To say that he was continuously targeting people of color is nothing but a malicious smear on the very day that people are remembering Charlie and he's going to be laid to rest. And so I think we need to combine the no votes on the resolution, and then you look at the leading Democratic voices like Ilhan Omar and Jasmine Crockett, who've gone out to smear Charlie before he's even had his funeral. When I hear people say we need to come together and both sides need to turn down the rhetoric, you know, a lot of the people saying that need to look inward right now. I was shocked at that. Well, I guess I shouldn't say I'm shocked by her, but I was a little stunned by what happened this morning.
Yeah, Markwayne Mullin was right to be disgusted. This was the easiest vote Congress will ever face. Honor Charlie Kirk and condemn the violence that took his life. 58 Democrats couldn't even manage that. And then Jasmine Crockett opens her mouth and proves exactly why people are fed up with Washington. She claims Kirk's rhetoric targeted people of color. Targeted them for what? What are you talking about? If you're going to smear a man the day they're putting his box in the ground, at least come up with one example. One. But you know how I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that she can't provide an example? I remember seeing her interviewed on The Breakfast Club and Charlie Kirk's name up, and she said something about, I don't watch this stuff. So not only did he not engage in this broad variety of rhetoric she's talking about, I guarantee she's never seen anything of his unless it was a clip out of context to support her cognitive dissonance. I mean, think about it. This was her chance to prove that, hey, we're not just all talk on this side. Here's why Charlie Kirk was some kind of monster. And the best she could do was toss out a vague race card with no substance. It's pathetic and it's divisive, but it's also so lazy. What is her purpose? What does she do in Congress or in general in the world? She's a joke. Instead of just explaining her indefensible vote, Crockett has to bring race into it because it's the only card she knows how to play.